Let me say some word about the Joint Research Center, which might not be familiar to all of you. The Joint Research Center is the Directorate General of the European Commission, and its mission is to be the in-house science service. So the mission is to support the whole policy-making process by sound scientific evidence and data and analysis. Not all what scientists always like to see will happen on the policy level, but we believe that on policy level needs sound scientific data and analysis in order to set out a functioning policy which does its job. The JRC is organized around Europe. It has different institutes which are based on the history of the Euratom Treaty, actually. So most of them, but one, are actually ex or former nuclear institutes. So we have the Institute for Reference of Materials and Measurements in Belgium, in Kiel. We have the Institute for Transuranium Elements, which share the site with the Karlsruhe nuclear site in Germany. We have the Institute for Prospective Technology Studies in Seville, IPTS. And we have the Institute for Energy and Transport, IET, which has one site in Penn, the Energy Research Center of the Netherlands, and another part, in particular the renewables, energy efficiency and transport part, is here in Ispra, where we are sitting. We have in Ispra the largest site, and this site houses the Institute for the Protection and Security of the Citizen, and the Institute for Health and Consumer Protection, and the Institute for Environment and Sustainability. Being close to this institute has also some positive effects of our transdisciplinary approach to energy efficiency. So why did we start this at all? I don't know whether all of you remembered the last July when the new president of the European Commission, at this time he was not yet confirmed, but he presented his candidature to the European Parliament and was calling his policy outline a new start for Europe, and setting out an agenda for jobs, growth, fairness, and democratic change. And this guidelines document had 10 chapters, and 2 of them are very relevant to us. So one is the new boost for jobs, growth, and investment, one of the major priorities in Europe's policies in the future. And the third one was, or still is, the Resilient Energy Union with a forward-looking climate change policy. So it connects the climate policy of the European Union with the Energy Union. And this was subdivided in 4 major guideline headlines. It's the Energy Union in terms of energy security, and you heard recently the creation of the European Energy Union, which addresses this point. It's making energy prices stable and affordable. It's Europe to become #1 in renewables. And last but absolutely not least, to enhance energy efficiency beyond the 2020 objectives of 20%. And he made the statement at the Parliament, when it comes to buildings, and I'm in favor of an ambitious binding target to this end, and it was set out relatively high. There were figures like 40% around from the Parliament, and 80% by 2015. So if you put these 2 things together, then we tried to highlight in this report not why buildings policy is relevant for energy efficiency, but majorly how does it connect as a boost for jobs, growth and investment. So it's majorly looking what is the effect and the contribution of the construction sector if we have an ambitious energy efficiency policy for buildings. And that was very often neglected, or it's offset against the cost of energy efficiency without taking into account the cost of a construction sector which is declining. So is there an opportunity or window of opportunity if we put an ambitious building energy renovation policy to increase the growth and employment in the construction sector? And so the report is addressing these issues. First of all, how is the situation of the construction sector all over Europe? It's far from being homogeneous. It's very different and very member state specific. Second, what technologies we are envisaging for building energy renovation beyond classical things. So what additional types of industrial sectors would benefit from that? And then third, where would such a finance possibly come from in a moment where public budgets in the European Union are very reduced, and so there are some ideas brought forward. Now, I want to give then the word now to Yamina, which takes over this part of jobs, growth and investment, and after her, Shando will speak regarding what innovative approach to financing this challenge ahead we could think of. So thank you for this. I hand over now to Yamina.